Good morning. I still have my Taurus mug. I try to use it every single time I have coffee now, just to remind people that I'm stubborn and possessive and generally horrible. So I had an audition yesterday that blew my mind. It blew my mind. I don't know that anything will come of it. I don't assume anything will, but it was one of the most interesting and validating experiences of my entire life. I have been on this earth for almost 27 years now, and I have never been blown away quite the way I was yesterday. I've posted this story pretty much on, I've posted it on every social media account as kind of a, first of all, I have to post it everywhere so I remember that it's a real story, like it actually happened. It's kind of for my own benefit because it was so incredible that I was like, that wasn't real. I don't know. I woke up this morning and was like, was that a real thing that happened? And then I honest to the universe, God, whatever you want to say, honest to God, I went and looked on my social media and was like, oh yeah, that actually happened. Cool. So what happened was, I had this audition for what I thought was a web series. And my character was supposed to be, the character I was auditioning for was supposed to be this girl from Ohio, next door to where I'm from. And her goal in life was to be an Instagram influencer. And a lot of people don't know what an Instagram influencer is, and like, count your lucky stars. You can Google it. I recommend that you have a strong drink with you because it's a new kind of career that is interesting and almost like it's mind-blowing that people can make a career out of being an influencer. Like, oh well, or a brand ambassador. Instagram careers fascinate me on so many levels. They're fascinating. I always make fun of Instagram influencers because I think it's ridiculous. I don't want to knock them too hard because they are making a living for themselves doing this particular, this particular career. But like, at the same time, really? I don't know. It's like me posting it. I don't expect a career to happen out of making videos on YouTube. It's more for myself than for anyone else. Like, enjoy if you want, but I don't care if you don't. Like, it's really for me, not for me. I don't know. But people actually make their career out of their Instagram following and influencing people to eat healthy or to work out or what, yoga. I don't know. It's crazy. Like I said, Google it, but have a strong drink handy. By the way, this is a spilling tea segment. I'm all out of whack from that audition. So anyway, but I go to this audition and expecting to be auditioning for a girl who like wants her life to be an Instagram influencer. And so I dress how I think an Instagram influencer would dress, and I do my makeup the way I've seen Instagram influencers do their makeup. So I'm not at all myself. And I go to this audition, and the first thing they tell me when I go in the room, well, they ask if I've auditioned there before, and I was like, one time I have, been to this particular venue. And then they were like, okay, well, just so you know, you're not actually auditioning for the role that we brought you in for. You're actually auditioning for a comedy production company. This is just one of the productions they may use, but you're auditioning for a comedy production company. And I was like, oh, cool. Is it hot in here? No, it was crazy. I was not expecting that. I'm glad that it went that way instead of like, well, you are auditioning for this production, but everyone's gonna be naked and it's porn. Because that would have been something I would have been like, well, no thank you. I quit. everything, life, I'm done. So I'm glad it wasn't that. But they were like, yeah, so you're gonna do the audition for the role that you've prepared, and which role is that, by the way? It's like, good, all right. I told them which role, and but they were like, after you audition as this character that we've brought you in for, we want you to showcase your talents. If you can sing, if you can tell some jokes or tell a story about yourself, we just want to get to know you as a person outside of this character that you're auditioning for. And if I had known it was gonna go this way, I would not have looked the way I was looking, because this character was so on the opposite end of the spectrum from where I'm at. I think the only thing we have in common is that this character and I would quote rap, and even though it was she was a big fan of rap, she would still say it in a way that very clearly shows she's not a rapper. You know what I'm saying? I think you do. So when she said something about, these West Coast cribs cost major cheddar, it's exactly how I would say it, because I'm 27-ish going on 50. Sorry, I just got an email and I'm distracted. Okay, I'm deleting it. Everything's fine. We're back. But what they said, what happens next was that I'm like, all right, okay, I got this. Because I have a joke lined up in my back pocket that is really, it serves as a joke and a fun fact. And once this came together just this past year, and I've been able to use it as my it's like a quick draw, like the old Westerns. It's like, here's the one joke that I have lined up, which is really, it is a fun fact because it's actual factual statements. I didn't mean to do that. Actual factual, satisfactual statements from about my hometown. I wasn't actually born there, but I spent the vast majority of my life, I was 1.5 when we moved to Indiana, Evansville to be exact. So what I did was I, just told them this particular fun fact about Evansville. Well, fun facts, which happened to coincide. Oh, sorry, I'm shaking the video. Which happened to coincide and just form a perfect joke. Which is this. Evansville, the city where I'm from, has taken some very prestigious awards. In 2009, we were the most obese city in America, which, we clinched that title, but we lost it, which was unfortunate. However, in recent years, this past year to be exact, we took meth capital of the world. Which I assume is why we lost most obese, is because we found that weight loss plan that worked for us. And that was meth. And it always works because people are like, that's a really weird thing to be proud of. Evansville is just it's a mystery to me, that place. It's crazy. I digress. Well, anyway, the joke worked. They thought it was funny. And then I told them about how I'm a nanny, which is a lot of fun if you like being bossed around by small children all day. And the producer was like, oh, that prepares you for acting, because it's what a director's like. And I was like, okay, if you say so. Good. All right, not gonna overstep my bounds here. But yeah, the guy that was running it, I guess, was the writer, producer, director. His role was kind of cloudy to me. I feel like he had the big role. He was kind of casting it, I think, because he was, the one running the audition. There were only 2 people in this one. That was kind of cool. But he was like, you've never done stand-up before? And I was like, how can you tell? And he said, no, you should look into it. You had the delivery, you had the build, you had the beats, that was really good. You should look into stand-up. And I was like, what? That? Huh? Because I have lived my whole life telling jokes that have fallen so flat. I'm usually the only one that finds them funny. So I was pretty blown away by that, like a comedy professional was like, you should do stand-up, and I was like, I can't wait to tell my mom. That is actually verbatim what I said. I was like, okay, well, I'll tell my mom. What? I don't know what happened, but I've been posting that everywhere because I was like so like proud of myself. I was like, I'm really funny, guys. You've been missing out. You're the idiots now. Like, it's a crazy world. Yeah, that's my spilling tea for the day, was that particular audition, and the fact that someone told me you should do stand-up and they weren't being facetious. It was like the biggest pat on the back I've ever received in my life, and so I've just been like blasting it on every form of social media. I told Jeff after the audition several times. Like, he already knew it, and I just kept telling him because Jeff never laughs at my jokes. In his defense, Jeff only laughs at his jokes. So, like, he told me, it's not you, it's me. Tale as old as time, right? So, anyway, this video is super long again. I'm so sorry, I just talk and talk, but have a happy Friday. Friday, for those of you on Instagram and in the know. That's all the tea I have. So, adios, muchachos.